Hey, hello everyone. How are you doing? How you doing today? Hello, Jeff. Google, Google without the L. All right, let's take a look. Hello, Kumar, Patrick. Hey, Chandru, Dian. Hello, Lilia, Austin. How you doing, guys? What did you do today? Easy day today? Rough day today? Messy day today? What happened today? Jeff, unfortunately, go call away and miss the head and shoulders play and cues to the downside. All right, take a look. Let's take a look. All right, guys. So let me give a few minutes just to see if more people is gonna join. Usually we start with around 30, 40 people, and then we go all the way to 60, 70. So let's just give it a minute, and let me end setting up here. Hola, Felipe, Alex. How you doing, guys? Right here. All right. We are 30 people now. All right. All right, let's do it. All right, let's do it, guys. Felipe, no trades for you today. Hey, Hagi. Hola, Carlita. Hey, Global Hot. Jason, how you doing? All right, guys. Hey, this Dian. I don't know, brother. I don't know. Never heard about that. I will try with the obvious, like like calling support, maybe. Hey, Sven. Hello, Michelle. Hey, Wendy. All right, guys. So today, it's a big slaughter. Well, Trump. But you know what? This is the one of days. This is one of these days where I kind of smell the blood since the morning. Like everyone is expecting for Tesla earnings. Everyone is expecting for like earnings season. Uh, there are some expectations, but this is a question for you guys. This is a question for you. According to your observation, right? According to your observation, what do investors do when a higher volatility season is coming? What do they do? I would like to read your answers. What do investors do when a high volatility season is coming? What do they do? Hello, Faisal. Hello, Misan. They get scared, and what they do? They sell. Yeah, they hedge exactly. Well, they sell, they hedge, they they start like transferring into cash. And well, this is again. This is. I'm not gonna say obvious because in market, like in trading in markets, the only certain thing is that we are gonna lose. All right. Uh, Everything else is uncertain, right? But based on your observations or based on my observations, I kind of have this idea that when something big is coming and there's gonna be like high volatility, investors they start getting into cash positions, and that means selling a bit, right? Like I mean, this is not a bearish market at all. This is not a bearish market at all. This is not a sell-off. This is not an accident. This is just a pullback. I mean, if you guys go to the higher time frame, this is just a pullback, right? So market is still like super strong. Well, economy is still super strong, and we have talked about this market is not a mirror of the economy. However, the market is healthy. I don't see anything crazy. I don't see any bubbles. I mean, for all of them that are thinking that the AI industry is a bubble, guys. I mean, they don't understand the word, right? For people that they say that, oh, there's a bubble on the microchips industry, guys, you are not understanding the word, right? So I don't see any industry with a huge bubble, or even a bubble, even small bubble. So no, I don't think the AI is gonna be a bubble, Felipe. I mean, everything now is being built with AI uh immersed, right? Like your cars, your phones, your new computers. Uh, if you go, if you are looking for us for a new product on market, let's say for example, let me tell you something. I'm looking to upgrade into my CRM, my customer relationship manager software. And now that I'm shopping, the first pitch all of these companies have, it's we work with AI. We can automate your processes with AI. We can automate your email responses with AI. So everything is AI right now. So I don't see a bubble there, for being honest. Even the entertaining industry, I mean, right now they are doing a lot of stuff with AI, creating new environments, even movies, right? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't see I don't see AI being a bubble, for being honest. But anyways, I mean, it's not our job to predict these kind of things. It's just, like looking at the market and trying to identify opportunities, right? So, well, I was telling you guys, when higher volatility is expected, usually, and this again in trading, there nothing happens all of the time, but everything happens sometimes. This is based on observation. Most of the times, at the very beginning of the earning season, investors go cash, and that means a small sell-off, or like a small shake of the market. So I was expecting for that today. If you go back to the pre-market, you won't see, or even from the previous day, you will see that this 672 was a huge key level, a huge wall for price. So well, I was like, okay, well, let's see what happens on 672, right? 672, 671. Let's see what happens. And well, this is what started happening, right? A big sell candle right at the market open. And I want to show you where. Do you see this swing low on the pre-market? I know. This is not like a big chunk of data. It's 5 in the morning. But guys, I mean, this is relevant information, right? This is relevant information. Can you see how this sets the tone for the day? How this swing low on the pre-market set the tone for the day? Is there something else happening right there? Well, probably yes. Like these swing high, this swing low, this new swing low, those are right at this key level of this swing low here in the pre-market. So again, this is just another relevant key level. This is just another relevant key level. And I was watching this price failing to create new highs, price failing to create new highs, starting to draw a downtrend right here, starting to draw a downtrend right here. And then when we had this break of this area here, this is our battleground. This is resistance turned into support, 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 break, and then it's turned into resistance, right? So this is our famous break retest boom trademark, all rights reserved. This is the famous break retest boom. So this is a break and retest of this previous support turned into resistance area. And what I was watching here, well, I was watching a drop to previous day low. This was my first target. Then I was looking for reactions right here. What is this key level? Give me 1 second because I'm watching the OBS. All right. So I was watching here 670, the previous day low. Then I was watching here 669.50, 669.50. Do you remember, guys? Whole numbers, half numbers, strike numbers. All right. I was looking for some reaction here. And then I had this key level here, 668.71. That's a key level on the 15-minute chart. And well, I was expecting for some reaction here. We had a pullback. It came back for all of the liquidity right here, 668.50. I'm sorry, 669.50, 669.50. And then another drop, right? So right here, guys, right here, I was like 190% on my contracts. So I was just on runners. I had like 5 contracts right here, and I decided to wait. Like if we go to the gap fill, this yellow box, it's a gap fill on the daily chart, and I was actually talking to Luke, and I was like, brother, I'm only on runners, so probably I'm gonna wait for break even or the gap fill. But this move was just too much. So when it broke this previous low of the day and we started struggling right here a little bit above the gap fill, I just sold all of my contracts. The last contract was 247%. So you can imagine today was a really great day for me. The only thing that I didn't like is that I look at this. I mean, I ended my day 11:30. So I mean, still a great day. But I'm not super patient. Once I'm in a trade, I'm not super patient. But today my key levels were playing like magic. They were playing like magic. So I was super patient and I was feeling very prepared for this. So do you remember the last time I had like a huge trade? There was a few guys on the Discord that, oh, Neto, you were so lucky. And I mean, I didn't take it badly, but I was like, why these guys are even thinking this was kind of luck? I mean, if I show up every day, I prepare my levels, I have my trading thesis and ideas, I wait patiently. So I do everything to be prepared. Why they could think this was luck? And I remember I told them like, oh well, the better prepared, the luckier I get. And this is something that I want to share with you guys. This is something that I want to share with you. So yes, I mean, in market, absolutely you need some luck, because I mean, market, you know, like your setup can be right there, textbook entry criteria, your triggers are there, you are executing perfectly, and suddenly, you know, like Trump goes to NBC, CNN, or whatever, and he starts saying something that changed the market. So I mean, there's nothing that can guarantee an outcome here in the market. But if you are prepared, you position yourself, you know, to have these kind of days. And that's something that I want to tell you guys, because I know There's people that they have a 9 to 5 job. There's people that they need to drive their kids to school. There's people that, like, they can't be in front of their computer after market open, and they just jump to the screen or to the charts when the market opens. For you guys, don't rush. Take your time, prepare your session. Even if you are starting late. I mean, I start like 1 hour and a half before market opens, right? But that's me. That's me. I have the time available. I have the space available. That's me. That's part of my routine. You need to create your routine, and your routine doesn't have to be the same than your coaches. It doesn't need to be the same than your friends. It doesn't need to be the same than Neto's, right? You need to define your routine and stick to it. If you need time to prepare and you don't have time in the morning, you prepare on the night before. And then you go to the market and you wait until, like, see if your training idea is actually working, or if it's not working, you need to be flexible and adapt. But one thing that I want to tell you, it's two things. The more prepared you are, the luckier you will get, right? So just think about that, and let's start. All right. Marty, so you are trading inside in the middle of the 5 minute opening candle? Sometimes, yes. The bull market is to see Neto coming. Come on. Yes, obvious. You work hard, so you create your luck. Yeah, the way you identify these zones is amazing, guys. I mean, this is just observation, right? When you are in doubt, just zoom out, look left. Zoom out, look left. I mean, can you see here? I mean, this is not a magic zone. This is just, again, this is just observation. What are you watching here? Resistance, resistance, support, 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 resistance, support. So this is a crowded area. This is a crowded area, and look at this. Where is this coming from? Pre-market, previous day. So this is the only thing you need to do. The only thing you need to do, Kumar, it's zoom out, look left. Go to a higher time frame. Go to the 5 minute time frame. Go to the 15 minute time frame. Go to the 1 hour time frame. You need to see these areas by yourself. You need to identify these areas by yourself, and you need to wait for them, right? You need to react to them. You don't guess. I mean, there was someone on the Discord saying like, "Oh, Neto, so if you already identified this, why you didn't enter here?" And I was like, "Dude, I mean, if you are asking this, you don't understand anything on risk. You don't understand how this break retest boom works, right? We are waiting for this support area turn to be into resistance area, and then a drop, right? Then a drop. You need this retest and then the drop. So, and they were like, "Oh well, so sometimes you take your trades here, but sometimes you no. I take my trades at the same place with the same context every single day. I don't change my playbook. I don't change my setup. I trade the exact same thing day in and day out. And I think you guys already have enough proof that I have been very disciplined with my discipline challenge, right? This is the only setup I've been trading for the past, I don't even remember. I think 2 months and a half or something like that. So that's the secret sauce. That's the secret sauce. Find something that works for you and stick to it. You don't need 10 different setups. You don't need 10 different strategies. You just need one. and stick to it. And once you marry your strategy, once you marry your setup, everything is going to be easier. Why? Because you are going to know better than anyone your ticker. You are going to understand how it reacts, how far it, how deep it retests into your areas, how far it can go once it drops, how well it reacts to your 15-minute key levels or your 1 hour key levels or whatever you use, right? But you need to identify how you play with your own rules, all right? Hello, Natalia. All right, Neto, could you please explain why from the beginning of the session SPY and QQQ were acting a bit different? SPY didn't manage to make higher highs during ranging and QQQ did. Well, hello, Annette. Annette, thank you for purchasing the tools on my chart. I mean, they are not mine, but I see you use my link. Thank you very much for that. All right, so Lilia, I have something to tell you. All right, I have something to tell you. SPY and QQQ, they are different assets, right? I mean, we need to understand that they might move in a similar way, but they are not a mirror of the other. All right. SPY is it's an ETF, and they handle or they manage a portfolio of the 500 companies on the Standard and Poor's index, right? And QQQ, it's a technology based ETF, right? So many of the companies that are on the QQQ are at the same place in SPY, right? I mean, you know, I'm sure you already know this, but I mean, remember SPY has a broader scope. So in SPY, you can see health industry, banking industry, construction industry, also technology, right? I mean, the biggest players on SPY are Tesla, Microsoft, Apple. I mean, the same ones than in QQQ. So that's why they move in a similar way, but they are not the same thing. They are not the same thing. So why one moves different to the other? Well, it might be for several reasons, right? But I think that the summary to your question or a summary answer for your question will be because they are different assets, right? They move in a similar way. They kind of have the same trends, but they don't move the same way, right? I mean, they don't have the same. They don't have the same. How do you say that? I mean, they don't have the same movement like a mirror, right? Not sure if that's clear. So sometimes, for example, today, let me show you. Well, let me open another. Give me one second. Let's do this one here. Can you see this? Yes. All right. So you are asking why? Yeah, why QQQ created a new high here, but SPY failed here, right? Why QQQ was creating new high, but SPY was failing here? Well, it's just they are different things, right? So sometimes one asset is weaker than the other. For example, today I think like QQQ was a bit weaker after this break of this area here. However, in my opinion, SPY was kind of clearer. Like it had a clear market structure here because it had this downtrend or this trend line to the downside. It was actually reacting to the previous day close. It was a very clear area of support turning into resistance here. So it had a few different things, and QQQ was just, I mean, it was kind of having the same structure, but in a different way at the top, right? In a different way at the top. Actually, just as you said, QQQ created a new high above the opening price, but SPY never hit high of the day. SPY never hit high of the day. So why they are different? Well, I think the easiest reason is because they are different, right? They are different assets. Okay. All right. Erwin, what is your style? Yeah, it's the break and retest of support turn into resistance areas. That's the break retest boom, right? But what's my style? Well, my style, the strategy that I like is the break and retest. It's just I'm not sure where you are coming from, Irwin, what community you belong, but if you are on the Scarface community, you will see that the coaches, they like the break and retest to the upside, right? They are using usually the previous day high, the 5-minute opening range high, the pre-market high, the one candle rule, or the order block, a break and retest of order blocks, and that's fine. I like that. That's my personal style. I like to trade to the downside, and this is the way I do it. But you will see a lot of examples of the break and retest. Sometimes the opening range, the 15-minute opening range, sometimes the 5-minute opening range. You will see. Don't worry, you are not gonna be lost, because I try to explain every entry here. So, well, let me speed it up. I was planning to have a quick meeting. So, well, after my entry, just as I told you, like I was looking at this area here, this support turned into resistance, and the drop, and I sold my last contracts right here, 247% for my last contracts. That was a super nice trade for me. But I have a few different opportunities here. Can you see? So this is the break and retest of this 669.50. Why this area is important? Well, again, half numbers and whole numbers when we are this close to all-time highs, and well, on SPY and QQQ, and also in IWM and SOX. Those are different ETFs, but they also react nicely to the whole numbers and the half numbers. So just it's not like a rule that they are gonna react right there. But you can see, I mean, right here, this is the 669.50. Let's use 668.50. Okay, 668.50. It was this support, and then it was turned into resistance. Can you see? I mean, again, guys, this is not magic. Just remember, the investors, some of the investors, they are not looking at the 1-minute chart. Right? They are looking to the 1 hour, to the 4 hour, to the daily chart, and they are using usually round numbers, whole numbers, half numbers. So that's why it's important to be to pay attention to these key levels. I trust more on my 15-minute chart key levels, but I'm paying attention to these key levels, right? All right. So anyone took trades on SPY today? Yes, Dominic, SPY and QQQ. Kumar, I'm assuming you're same strategy. Yes, Kumar. Actually, yeah. You're gonna see it actually right here. What the heck is going on here? Yes, I will show you how it works. But it's the exact same thing, right? It's gonna be a resistance turn into support, flips on area, break and retest, and then you can use this exact same strategy, but to the upside. But that's exactly the same thing. An area of a lot of activity, but like the other way around. It's gonna be a resistance, then turn into support area. All right, let's take a look. Thank you, Natalia. Star, do you usually wait for the candle to close before you stop out? Yes, I use mental stop losses. Boyd, Amazon puts. Let's go take a look. All right. So this is the exact same trade, but on QQQ, right? So it's the break and retest of this area here. This area here. This was support turned into resistance area. But also this 610.37, that was a key level on the 15-minute chart. Let me show you here. This is 610.37. Can you see this was this swing low from yesterday? So this is exactly what this key level was. So you had this break and retest of this key level on the 15-minute chart. So when it started dropping, and if you were comparing to SPY, I mean, if guys, I'm doing this all the time. I have my charts like this. I have, well, you can see now, but I have this 15-minute chart key level, this 15-minute chart layout, and on the other half of my screen, I have the same chart, but on the 1 minute. All right. So if you were comparing SPY and QQQ because they move similar, they are not mirrors, but they move similar. Well, you can take this entry here. You can take this entry here. And well, you just got the same drop, right? You just got the same drop. If you are asking what is this candle here, I don't know what is this, because on Schwab and Webull, this candle is not like that. So I think this is just a glitch. But okay, well, so you had the exact same thing. This was support turned into resistance right here, and then the drop. So here is this is the break retest boom, right? And you have another opportunity here. What is this? 607.50 half numbers, whole numbers, strike numbers, psych numbers. And it's psych of psychological and not of psycho. So yeah, so guys, you can use the half numbers. Again, it's just an area of interest, right? It's just an area of interest, right? How about the previous day low retest, where yeah, actually this looks really nice. Actually this looks really nice. It was, yeah, actually I like it. The only thing here is that, you know, like the displacement here was not my favorite thing. However, as you know, when I'm taking puts, I'm not that picky with my setup. It's like, okay, well, if it's gonna drop, it's gonna drop hard. So yeah, let's take it here. And this was too low of the day. It was 1 to 2, 1 to 1.3. Yeah, so well, I mean, right here you don't care about low of the day because you are looking for external liquidity. Being this close to the low of the day, you are looking here for external liquidity. So maybe you are looking for the gap edge or these kind of key levels, right? 607.50 or maybe 608. If you were looking for 608, look at this. It was a 1 to 3 point something reservoir ratio trade. So it was a really nice one. But anyways, I mean, once you get here, you see that there's no actual reaction. So you just follow your trade. And these guys is exactly where preparation hits hard. If you are not considering the half numbers, if you don't have any 15-minute chart key level, look, for example, here, this key level here, it's the previous week high, right? It was very important, but not that important because we broke hard, right? But if you didn't have these key levels here, if you are not aware of these half numbers, round numbers, if you are not aware of the gap on the daily chart, guys, you are missing half the information for your trades. All right. So yeah. All right. So thank you, Jason. This was actually a good setup. I mean, this is the break displacement. It's a baby displacement, small, tiny dwarf displacement. But yeah, it's a break and retest of previous day low. And if you were watching here, SPY, what SPY was doing here? Yeah, SPY was already like tanking here on this candle, right? It was tanking here on this candle. This was this was actually creating new low of the day on this candle. So yeah, if you were considering or if you were having SPY as a context for your trade, this was a very, very nice trade. uh, and the last one, well, this I wouldn't trust this trade too much because it reacted to the edge of the gap. However, this placement retest of 607.50 still is a good opportunity. And if you were aiming to 606, that's not the edge. I mean, that's not the gap fill, but it's a round number, strike number, seg number. This was a 1 to 3 risk reward, and that's still a super nice trade. All right. Anyone took a QQQ trade? Neto, do you ever take immediate retest? I try not to. I like displacement, even if it's like a small displacement, but I like displacement. Because if you are taking the immediate retest and you are actually not waiting for some displacement, you are not trading the break and retest, you are trading a breakout, right? And that's fine. It's just a different thing. Uh, how much percent do you risk per trade? Around 20%. And I only do same day expiration. That's why, yeah, that's why it, like my trades sometimes are like this explosive, right? Felipe, I was very close to take QQQ puts 1026, 1026, 1026, 1026 right here. This break retest previous day low. Finally didn't take it. Okay. Boyd. uh, a good amount. A good amount. And you know what? I mean, I don't like to talk about money. I always talk about, like the contracts return. I think that's more useful for you in terms of, like learning wise. Uh, but something that I was asked several times yesterday is, Neto, on days like today, are you sizing differently? And my answer is no. I have what I call a position sizing map, and I only have three different positions. My smallest position is my forward testing or testing position. It's usually like two or three contracts, like for testing something. If I have an idea and I start I start trying my idea and I want to have some skin in the game, I try with like two or three contracts. And then I have two different size positions. My full size position, that it's every time I find out an A plus setup, and my good setup position. Like if I'm not like totally convinced, like it's something is missing, sometimes I took this second position that it's around 80% my uh A plus setup position. So those are the only three sizes that I have. I don't have like a double size for a good day, because I never know when it's gonna be a good day, right? And I don't have like this, oh well, I'm gonna small size for because it's Friday. Because this strategy that I do, it's same day expiration every day. So now my strategy is used for that, right? So it's part of the strategy, this volatility. But if you are trading something different, you may have a different size or a different approach for different days. If you are having earnings today, Tesla earnings today, or you are having FOMC tomorrow, and you should be sizing differently, well, it that's just not my case. It's just not my case, because if I like a setup, I'm gonna take my chances there. I trust my data, I trust my setup, I trust uh, my stats. So why I will be taking a different size, right? So I try to trade with the same size consistently, and I only have three sizes. A plus, my full size it's A plus. That's usually what I do. My second size is around 80% my full size, and it's when something is missing on my setup but still looks good, and my forward testing size. So if you guys have different styles for doing this, you should have your rules on your playbook. You can't be guessing your size for your trades every day under pressure. You should have your rules and you follow your rules, right? But having a dynamic size system for your trading, it's uh it's hard to manage, let's say. Um do you have rules for where to take partials or when? Yeah, key levels. Key levels on my chart, right? Yeah, I'm forward testing with live trades of 2 or 3 contracts. Yes, like if I have something like really interesting going, sometimes I do that. It's not like I'm forward testing all the time, but if I have an idea, like I want to to try it live, that's what I do. Yeah, the thing is that with one contract you can't scale, and if I'm developing a playbook, I need to be able I need to be able to also identify how to scale out, right? So that's why I use at least 3 contracts. So I have like my first stream, my target, and some runners. Um, QQQ SPY options final places for the option traders. What do you mean, like when you evolve or something? I think I think it depends of your style, boys. Um, I just told you, right? I just told you, like, for example, the Tony and Jack, they don't trade SPY and QQQ. Tony don't even trade futures. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like them. Uh, Jack sometimes he trades futures, but they mostly do calls, right, or longs, and that's very much their style, right? They like more taking calls than puts. Just the opposite than me. That I mean, again, this there are no rules for that. There's no final destination for everyone. So yeah, Felipe, when you say you risk 20%, that's 20% of your account. No, no, no. It's 20% of my trade size. Yeah, but no, I don't think so. I think most of traders start at SPY and QQQ, and they just evolve to go for commodities, or the tech names or different names. Uh, I don't think there are like two traders with the same journey. I don't know. All right, guys. Um, yeah, and I'm and there's a reason. I mean, again, there's a lot of people following their example, right? So if the community is not intended to, like, to copy trades, but there's a lot of people following their instructions, right? If they are following, they are doing something like this, right? Like, they, okay, well, if price comes back to this key level, and, like, buyers or sellers step in and in alignment with, QQQ or SPY or whatever, I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do that. So the reason they are doing tech names, it's because it's easier for other people to follow their example or to follow their lead, right? Also, that's one of the reasons they take calls, right? Because puts, they work like way faster and way more aggressive. So it's hard for more people, to follow a trade like that. And again, the community is not intended as a signal community. But anyway, there's a lot of people, like, following them blindly. So what they want to avoid is, even if they are not following the rules, I mean, if there's a trader just blindly following with no risk plan, uh, like, all these bad habits, they still are taking care of all of them. Are the indices contracts expensive, or they can be traded? Yeah, no, actually, for example, these ones, they were 86 cents. 86 cents. So yeah, I mean, if you are buying one contract, it's like $86. Yeah, if you are just buying one contract, it's $86. So that, I think these are very small account friendly. All right, guys. Well, this was AMD again. For the tech names. For the tech names, I wasn't expecting too much, just because today we are having Tesla earnings, so I wasn't expecting too much of a move today with the tech names. However, look at this, right? So you have this move. How do you call this? This is a lower high, a way lower low, but how do you call these guys? You're very welcome to the end. Patel, can you please talk about the difference between daily contracts and weekly contracts? Well, the ETFs are the only ones that have daily expiration, and all the other names have weekly expirations, right? So the only thing is that, if they expire today, the price is gonna it's the volatility is gonna be way higher than if you are trading on a Monday for a Friday expiration, right? um Inverse cup. No, no, no. I was meaning, like, like, break of structure, change of character, or something like that, right? So I just wanted to show you how these names were reacting at the same time than the indices, right? So right here, even when this is not the break and retest of maybe this crowded area, or maybe it is, depending on how you are looking at it, maybe it is, right? This is the exact moment when the indices are actually breaking and retesting the areas that we took as support, then turn into resistance zone, right? So you can see here, right here, on QQQ, SPY, right here, this is the breakout, or this is the break and retest on AMD. So I'm not drawing anything here, but you can see how these key levels are working nice. And also, look at this. This is the break, and it came back to retest to 33. That's a round number. Look at the reaction right here at the 15-minute chart, key level, and this is 230. Look at this, 230 right here. 230, came back to 33, and then another drop, and then it come back to 230, and then it goes back to 227, to 26.50. So round numbers, half numbers, guys, it's not a secret. That's how it works. All right. This is Amazon, guys. This is look at this. This is something that we're gonna have an example of the opposite of the break retest boom. All right. So right here, okay, right here, and actually let me extend this area here, right here. Okay. Can you see here, guys? This is support, 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 turn into resistance, and then a drop, right? What is this target here? 217 on Amazon. All right. Okay, so you have this trade. It was a 1-to-4 risk reward ratio trade. Even if you enter later here, maybe here, it was a 1 to almost 3 risk reward ratio trade. That was incredible. Here you have your breakup structure, change of character. You have a higher high, higher low, equal high, equal low, a little bit higher high, and a little bit higher low. So this, look at this. No, I don't like it like this. Okay, so this is your resistance, 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 then break, turn into support area. So this is the opposite. This is the opposite of the break retest boom, right? This is the opposite of the break retest boom. So resistance, 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 break, turn into support. And then how would you like to call the opposite of the boom? How would you like to call it? That we need look for this, for these kind of things. He couldn't be here today. He had some errands, but we need a name for the opposite of the break retest boom. All right, so guys, we might start a contest for the new name to the upside. Let's see what happens. All right. Do you watch QQQ or anything else for confirmation when trading SPY? When I'm trading SPY or QQQ, the only thing that I'm watching is the opposite. I mean, when I'm trading, this is my chart. This is my chart. I'm having this one on the 15-minute chart, but I'm also having this one on the opposite side of my screen with the 1-minute chart. So those are the only names that I'm watching here. All right, so guys, is it easy to identify how to play the opposite of the break retest boom? And it's also going to the same intraday liquidity pools, right? The mega boom boom kaboom break retest kaboom. I like it. I kind of like it. All right, yeah. Gracias, Jose. Okay, so the break retest boom, it's when it's going lower. The break retest kaboom is when it's going higher. I like it. I like it. All right, guys. So any question about this downside trade and this upside trade on the same area? Can you see? This is the exact same area. All right, let's move forward. Okay, so what is this? This is the break and retest of the pre-market high on Nvidia. I really like this one here. I really like this one here. But what is going on here? This is, can you see here? This is failing to create a new high. This is failing to create a new high. So you have a lower high, then you have a lower low, and then you have this retest of the previous day high. I know this is not what you guys like. Use the higher key levels for trade to the downside. But well, this is what we had, right? This is what we have. So I'm not drawing a sharp position here, but I want you to start looking at this. Then look at this. This exact point where you took your trade to the upside, the break and retest of the pre-market high, it's used to be, can you see here? It was resistance, then turned into support, and kaboom. All right. But here it's support, break, turn into resistance, and then the boom, right? So this is the exact same trade, but to the opposite than this one, right? And you can start aiming to the intraday liquidity pools, the 1 minute opening range, the 5 minute opening range, and then you start aiming to the external liquidity, previous day low, and round numbers, 179, 178. That's how you do it. All right. Bottom lines. What is in this? SPY and QQQ. Do we need to wait a bit more to use this break retest boom setup, right? To the upside, mega boom boom. Indices, the SPY and QQQ. How do you call them, guys? Is it well said? Indices or index? How do you call them? Am I missing something here? When do you stop trading? 11? Not 11. I usually stop trading. I stop looking for entries at 10:45, but I like to be open to stay into a position until noon. I mean, yeah, well, it's the same thing. It's a break, displacement, and retest of your relevant key levels. For example, this is the low of the day. So you take the indices. Yeah. Well, guys, you're following me, right? You follow me. If there's something you don't understand, yeah, please correct me. All right. So Tesla, I mean, let's be honest, no one is trading Tesla today, but anyways, I wanted to show you how this support, then turn into resistance and a drop is used here on the previous day low. This is the previous day low, and also here on the 5-minute opening range. All right, and also here on this 439.35, this is a key level on the 15-minute chart, and also this is the low of the day, right? This is low of the day. So this is the break and retest of low of the day, right? What is this? Microsoft. Well, Microsoft with relative strength. What is relative strength? Well, it means that it keeps going higher even if the indices are going lower, right? So this is the break and retest of the pre-market high. I think no one here trades Microsoft. Probably I'm gonna just take it out from our watch list. Erwin, do you use the same number of contracts all the time? No, I use the same dollar amount all of the time. Okay. Index is singular, indices is plural. A stock index is a measure that okay. Indices. All right, indices. All right. Thank you guys. Palantir, chop. Break retest 175 here maybe, but after this drop I wouldn't take this one. But look at this, it's actually going places. It's actually going places. What is this? This is Apple. I want to show you this. Can you see pre-market area? Can we find something from yesterday? Not from yesterday. Well, pre-market on yesterday. This is Monday. No, it's just from the pre-market of today and yesterday. So this area here, 261, this is the break and retest of this area here, 261. Also this 1 minute opening range low. Indices, what were the indices doing? Dropping. All right, so I like it. I like it here. I'm not a big fan of Apple, but well, it offered the same opportunity here on the same key level here. This, can you see this resistance turn into support, then turn into resistance area, and two drops here. That's what I like it here. This one, I mean, I don't know Apple that much, but I'm not sure if after dropping from 262 to 259, that's 3 points, that's almost a 1% drop intraday, if I will take something else here. If you guys are following the average true range of Apple, maybe, but I mean, not me. What is this? This is Google. Who asked for Google at the very beginning? Jeff, are you still there, Jeff? 950 here. Why you took this one here, Jeff? Why were you looking here? 950 here. Why were you looking here, Jeff? Are you still there? No? Jeff. It broke the above 945 for a scalp out of high of the day. I don't get your play. All right, let's go to Meta. Can you see here again? This is support turn into resistance and drop. Is Ramesh here? No, I think we don't have Ramesh today, right? Ramesh is the meta king. He's playing. He has been playing meta like really nice. Not sure if he took something like this. All right, guys. That was all for today. Please, we are on a mission. We would like to have 1,000 subscribers by the end of October. We still have 1 week, but we are something like 70 short. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we are still short. So, guys, if you can bring more people, I will be really thankful to you. The more people we are in this community, the more opinions, the more trades we can take a look, the more names. So just if you can just share this channel with your friends, that will be amazing. Guys, we are opening a few seats for December and January for the coaching program and the mentoring program. So if you are interested in something like that for performance coaching, not technicals, performance coaching, please go to tradingperformancecoach.com and just send me a note on the contact form or send me an email, neto@tradingperformancecoach.com. And guys, thank you very much. I will see you tomorrow. Let me go celebrate, guys. If you can, today is my daughter's birthday. She's turning 12. So if you believe in something, if you have faith in something, just pray for her. to bless her life. I'm super touched because she's the light of my life. All right, guys, thank you very much. Thank you, Namasi. Thank you, Namasi. Gracias, Richard. So, yeah, keep her on your prayers and keep my family on your prayers, but especially today for her. All right, guys, thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.